Welcome to the New Zealand Rugby channel. I always keep you updated with the latest news, exciting matches, and in-depth analyses. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can follow the Warriors on their journey to conquer the world of rugby. When I look back at the Springboks' performance in Dublin and the sheer amazement it triggered among pundits and supporters alike, I don't just see a simple win in a rugby match. Behind those 80 minutes lies the outline of a dynasty, not one built on fleeting brilliance, but on resilience, relentless recovery, and a steeliness rarely seen in elite sport. What struck me most was the way the article portrayed the Springboks as something beyond a national team. They don't just represent South Africa, they seem to embody endurance, perseverance, and the ability to rise above adversity. When Tommy Bowe, an Irish legend, had to concede that they are the two best teams in the world, it wasn't merely a compliment. It was an admission of a force so undeniable that even their rivals have no choice but to tip their hat. One team, yet almost two. The line that lingers with me is, with the level of talent they can bring off the bench, they are the TWO best teams in the world. Modern rugby has changed. Victory isn't only about the starting 15 anymore, it's about depth, about those who can come on at the 60th minute and still shift the entire momentum. The Springboks have turned what is usually seen as the second string into a weapon. I find myself wondering, is there any other team in world sport, not just rugby, whose B team is as strong as their A team? It brings to mind football dynasties like Guardiola's Barcelona or Real Madrid at their Champions League peak, where even the bench players could start for almost any other club. The Springboks now feel close to that level of power, a squad where every position has someone ready to step in, not as a patch, but as an upgrade. Malcolm Marx, the irreplaceable one, when the article emphasized that in an era of mass substitutions, he is the one player who cannot be replaced, the weight of that sentence truly hit me. Malcolm Marx doesn't just play the game, he dominates it. He controls crucial moments, contesting, set pieces, ruck destruction. He's more than a hooker, he's a symbol. Every movement he makes seems to broadcast that the Springboks know they are the stronger side. And when a team understands that, they don't just play to win, they play to impose themselves. The memory of the changing room came back to me. The shouts of joy, Victor Matfield lifting the trophy, the whole team chanting Marx's name. Moments like these remind us why sport is beautiful. We talk so often about team spirit, yet it's rare to see a collective honor an individual in such a genuine, powerful way. From Johannesburg heartbreak to Wellington redemption, what moved me most was the passage about their painful loss to Australia just months earlier. Leading 22-0, only to concede 38 unanswered points at Ellis Park, their spiritual fortress, is a wound no great team wants to endure. I loved the detail about Rassie Erasmus's mum calling him afterwards, simply saying she still loved him. There's a softness and simplicity in that moment that reminds us every iron-willed coach is still human, and sometimes the smallest reassurances revive the biggest hearts. Their resurgence after that defeat feels like a rebirth. And their historic victory over the All Blacks in Wellington showed me that the Springboks don't fear adversity. They don't avoid failure, they refuse to be defined by it. That is the hallmark of a dynasty. The Dublin victory, more than beating Ireland, some wins mean far more than the scoreline. Dublin was one of them. Ireland, a team that has haunted the Springboks in recent years through everything they had at the match, even when reduced to 12 men. They fought, defended, contested every breakdown as if it were their last. They even won the second half 6-5, a heroic effort just as the article described. This only makes the Springboks' victory more convincing. They didn't beat a weakened opponent, they beat an opponent fierce, stubborn, and unbelievably resilient. Ireland didn't fold. They didn't quit. But the Springboks rose above them anyway. A dynasty isn't defined by beating teams at their weakest. It's forged when you defeat the strongest, the toughest, and the most unyielding. 676 days and a prediction that feels inevitable. No sane person would bet against South Africa. That line made me smile. But on reflection, it feels undeniably true. In a sporting world where teams rise and fall quickly, the Springboks do the opposite. They evolve after every World Cup. They don't just defend their title, they grow stronger. Which is why the idea of winning 3 consecutive World Cups, something never achieved before, no longer feels unrealistic. Looking 676 days ahead, I don't sense arrogance in predictions favoring South Africa. I sense truth. A truth built on historic victories, Comebacks after heartbreak, extraordinary depth, exceptional individuals, a team that carries the spirit of a nation. The Springboks are the dynasty of our era, throughout all the analysis and emotion around this match. I feel we are witnessing something rare in sport. A team that doesn't just win, but reshapes what winning means. The Springboks prove that strength comes not only from physical force, but from spirit, from the ability to self-reflect after defeat, from national pride, from the unity of those who wear the jersey with purpose and honor. Even if you're not a rugby fan, the Springboks' journey can inspire. They teach us that failure isn't the end. Great teams rise stronger after every stumble, and the greatest dynasties are built on sweat, determination, and very human moments of vulnerability. The Springboks don't just play rugby. They tell a story, and we are fortunate to witness its finest chapters. Thanks for watching. See you in the next videos on the New Zealand Rugby channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on my latest videos. Wishing you all a great day, every day.